We are a community of 240 million human beings among the more than 4 billion who inhabit the planet Earth. We human beings are still divided into nation states, but these states are rapidly becoming a single global civilization. We cast this message into the cosmos. It is likely to survive 1 billion years into our future, when our civilization is profoundly altered and the surface of the Earth may be vastly changed. Of the 200 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy, some, perhaps many, may have inhabited planets and spacefaring civilizations. If one such civilization intercepts Voyager and can understand these recorded contents, here is our message.
To whom it may concern, when the cemetery begins to turn, bury my body in an urn. Germs attracting, bacteria attack me. Sick, nasty, more ill than Kim Jong in an iron lung, ripping the bong, euthanizing the Asian youth, shopping for photos, the picture's proof of poor quality, worth 1,000 words that bind us. Scribbling this down, my spine's turned to the silence. Facing the music is always dreaded, sincerely with love, Maynard Unleaded. Postscript, what are your coordinates? We'll meet in the middle, combine forces. Enough goodbyes, save the tears for the horses. Let my parents' neo-marriages end with divorces. Shattered, let them rust. Fuck lust, spring to fall, I'm tired and concussed. The only way I rest is from blunt head trauma. A reoccurring daymare, dreaming of insomnia.
Operating out of order and I'm on another plane. Too assured of my existence to sell it out for health or fame. I'm still alive but I'm far from deathless. Add a year to my life every time I leave a listener breathless. Breathing, writing, thoughts rewinding, blowing Newports out my windows to keep my neighbors from minding. Long nights of wine and wasted time, culminating cohesively into a blinding sense of apathy. Scribbling frantically as the radio plays recycled lines and talentless quote-unquote artists line up and see whose train wreck can go farthest. Foes eat me alive, but they never get the best of me. They throw up my words and they choke on what's left of me. Let's all rap about guns, hoes, and drugs and go on television and give big, fake, fleshy hugs, praising God at the Grammys. And I've written more in blood than most have in ink, draining my veins just to get the masses to think. Standing in church and counting the sheep, no faith in a fake God because I don't sow what I reap. Standing in church, counting the sheep, no faith in a fake God because I don't sow what I reap.
The clarity of my third eye depends upon the variables, the definition of high where available. A distant stare when I change the channel, stumble, trip harder, aspire to go further and farther, swimming past capsized ships in Stormalong's harbor. In his strange, ambidextrous derelict, twirling a left-handed cigarette, prefers walking on skies to the stars that are trekked. What comes next? Unsure, non sequitur, lightly salted, heavily sedated, creating fiction that's uncreative, crave it. Fuck rules, only follow my shoes, never think, just do it. Become influenced, inspired through music by a band that's muted. Give me a second to acquire my insecurities. Don't bake too long or you'll dry out your dreams. I've been living life livid lately. My beard's too long, I look religious. Jesus, shave me. All my demons wear denim, climbing out screaming, fuck Jehovah, Prada's too expensive. I said, all my demons wear denim, climbing out screaming, fuck Jehovah, Prada's too expensive.
It is a predictable response, Kim Jong-un ordering his forces to be poised to strike American targets. He has, according to his state news agency, signed off on an order which it's claimed puts US bases literally in the sights of North Korean weapons. This photo is, we're told, Mr. Kim signing the order. It's complete with a map, charts, and the words US Mainland Strike Plan. This may all seem bizarre to the outside world, but it's designed for a domestic audience, portraying strength and shoring up Kim's legitimacy. It's all a direct response to the use by America of its stealth bombers yesterday during a joint exercise with the South. The United States insists the use of nuclear-capable aircraft was not intended to provoke the North, but instead part of the planned exercise.
The North Koreans have to understand that what they're doing is very dangerous, and they have some options. They can take another approach to a better future. But what they're doing now is not the way to do that.
No evidence has been found to support Pyongyang's claim that their missiles can in fact reach the US mainland. But targets in South Korea are well within the range of their arsenal. Tokyo, Seoul, Washington and Beijing are all taking this very seriously.
South Korean and US intelligence personnel are closely monitoring North Korea's readiness with its short, middle and long-range missiles such as Scud missile, Rodong missile and Masudan missile.
The North Korean leader is unpredictable and untested in this sort of environment. He's certainly angered by the UN sanctions imposed for his December rocket launch and February nuclear test. Military communications have now been cut between the North and the South. The rhetoric is higher than it's been for many years. Genuine military might is mixed with bizarre propaganda videos. And the worry is, no one's quite sure whether there's a limit to Kim Jong-un's belligerence.
Let's forget we don't exist and warm up with a spliff. RFID chips glitch, tear them out, and mend our human fabric with a butterfly stitch. Off base, defaced, borrowed time but lost my place. I won the race, I got a taste, earned some love but fell from grace. My feet are steady, I know my pace. I lost the war but saved some face. I burnt my house, I needed space. Whiskey's lost its burn again, so now to sleep I'm drinking mace. I lost a friend I can't replace. Spoke a line I can't erase, so now I wait for shame's embrace. Let's forget we don't exist and warm up with a split. RFID chips glitch, tear them out, and mend our human fabric with a butterfly stitch.
Have more brains than the Bible has. Pestilence, 20 years of restless, searching for riches in every couch crevice. Top floor, pushing suicidal gargoyles off of ledges. Full motion upon my promotion, gargling pinnacle in the company car till my pension's full. Trying to feel my left ventricle, the love clots tied in knots. Too many problems to resolve, the blood to beat pumping hard with a fresh lotus valve. And now my heart is purple like courage's, helps protect me from monsters and everyday occurrences. For most it's hard not to be scared, stupid and more earnest than Jim Barney, shirtless wrestling with six sexy, sick, intoxicated carnies. And that's the prize, not the game. Eyes glazed, skin stained, sifting through the claims.
Let's forget we don't exist and warm up with a spliff. RFID chips glitch, tear them out, and mend our human fabric with the butterfly stitch. Let's forget we don't exist and warm up with a spliff. RFID chips glitch, tear them out, and mend our human fabric with the butterfly stitch.
Love, it's kind of like, you know, you see a fog in the morning when you wake up before the sun comes out. It's just for a little while and then it burns away quickly. It's just, love is a fog that burns with the first daylight of reality.
When we parted ways, I left my better judgment at your house, and it weighs heavy on my mind. And every week since, my brain gains an extra ounce. I keep telling myself I'm alive, but only living a tad bit, trying to think outside the casket. Dreaming in past tense, my ex is passive, still want her tilted on her x-axis. And don't tell them what happened if anyone asks us. And I don't want to speak about my emotions, not even with my closest friends. So let's regain focus and raise our endorphins, disturb the peace till the police bust our doors in. My range of power is morphing, but still mighty. just waiting to find out what defines me. And I keep wasting my money on cheap thrills. My account is negative, plus I forgot to pay my bills. I'm out of stamps and about to go postal. Remember, don't fire till you see the blacks of the pupils. And that's not preaching about being humble. I still have the same clothes that I wore in high school. Beer stains in every shirt I own. My skin's exposed from the burnt cigarette holes. Just looking for something to cover up my bones. And we all need something to hide our skeletons. From here to there, now and then. Protect your family and your friends who made you smile in the end. Cause kill's a comforting word when you consider the alternative.
I'm a joke, one setup away from a punchline. I've been improving my vocabulary, but only working part-time. Drowning my fears and obligations just happens to be my favorite paradigm. But I'll drop you a hard line, let you know that I'm not a slacker. I don't need a whole 10, I'm only gonna take a quick 9. Maybe these words are worthless, and expressing myself is hopeless. Dreams of you relentless, but when it comes time to exchange words, my jaw's locked like tetanus. I dig my teeth into my knuckles and I know I can't repent for this. Do you remember when you thought you could save me? A lack of confidence is the only thing that I still hold on to that you gave to me. The couch we slept on has gotten bigger now and I'm breathing more easily, but I can't forget November and the way you would freeze to me. Your roots around my ribs tying trees to me. My heart's now devoid of chlorophyll and somehow that pleases me. I spent too much time in the depths of my despair, and I can tell you the hardest lessons I've learned came from being alone down there, like humility. Don't let your thoughts win. Never let them know you care, and there's more holes in my tattered flesh than even Clara Barton could repair.
Chased a hearse to church, confessed to busting Mary's hymen for a particular line to rhyme with. Riding fillies less is never more, I'm moralless. Had to replace my laces with licorice to clear the stench of vomit off my shoes after eating an entire grey goose. Chased with chartreuse, swiped from monasteries. Flipped the calendar, checking nuns' memories without gloves. Do you hold anything sacred? Answered with a shrug and a hot slug, as John Lennon assures me happiness is a warm gun. This is a funeral song for a new generation.
Written with hope but played with frustration.
The newest social program is mental castration
to ensure the future of the youth's disintegration. Mystery Diaz sentence structure from the land of tomorrow. I've been in your shoes and I've predicted your sorrow. These guts are mine to spill and just for now yours to borrow. Music for when the lights are off and when the gears won't stop turning. For when you're lost in thought and you're burning. I've taken the artistic liberty of using these words to save me. I had too many voices in my head, so now I tie my regrets to keyboards instead. My hands shake and my ears are ringing, but I'm pouring every illness I have into the lines that this broken man's singing. Now I find that I'm not waiting for death, but focusing instead on the luxury of taking my next breath. This is a funeral song for a new generation.
Written with hope and played with frustration.
The newest social program is mental castration
to ensure the future of the youth's disintegration.
So that when I look up at the night sky, and I know that yes, we are part of this universe, we are in this universe, but perhaps more important than both of those facts is that the universe is in us. When I reflect on that fact, I look up. Many people feel small because they're small and the universe is big, but I feel big because my atoms came from those stars.
Welcome to the first tier, or tiers, featuring Mr. E.D. and Maynard Unleaded.
Horse ears.
Drop acid here.
Time is as worthless as the ivory from a rhinoceros with osteoporosis on 6 doses. Hypnotized by my flow cause it's the dopest. Minutes fly as an ostrich flaps its wings, sipping lukewarm porridge out of the oldest toadstool in the tranquilized florists. As well-known anonymous alcoholics are arguing with planted ponies at a speakeasy growing horse. Caught in the sluice of a dream, spinning out of control, centrifugal force, autopilot off course. I'm incomplete like 4/5, smoking the matter away from the equinox to the solstice.
I stay warm all winter, burning trees from the fall, chopping lyrical logs into words for my songs. And when they're ignited, hit your ears like gongs. And I hope the racket is enough for you to shut the fuck up, see your foe and attack it. The problem's your mind, and in madness you find that reality's perspective, and you've lost track of time.
Acid, flux, reflux, fluxing a rabid giraffe, testing the reflex of his gag, eating the plant of epicac, wearing 100 sterile Will Ferrell purple parallel ties to draw attention away from the hippopotamus hickeys on his thighs and sack as a monkey evolves on his back. I'm riding a prosthetic mule on my way to school with a school of fish who pledge abstinence, so I'm still assless. I gained a little madness as I held the world for Atlas.
Brain like an octopus, tentacles of consciousness, reaching out and grabbing hold. And while I got a second on the mic, I'm gonna say something bold. No rhymes about getting pussy or weighing my neck down with gold, but I know a thing or two about being hungry and cold. Bitches won't give me the time of day. That's okay, I don't have the time anyway, but I still get my dick sucked every damn day. Got one ear on his knees and that's Smokey the Bear saying please stop smoking so many trees. I'm throwing blunt guts into trash cans, discarding old friends with bad plans, saying fuck the world, I made my bed, a lie in it, stay in my room until I fucking die in it.
Staring through the window, my pain is clear, higher than lingering astronauts in the atmosphere. No reasons to hide, the moon sway seduces the tide, physics don't apply, gravity defied as boats sink into the sky. Chaos the style, passengers left waiting in a monsoon smile till the ocean hurts, on parole doing charity work, feeding the homeless with photosynthesis as they eat the last of the tangerine light. The night reveals its crimson vibe, ejected from hyper slumber, unplug my electric wife. Attention alert, abort plan, a new mission, use a fusion and fission reaction in a conquest against the government warships, in an attempt to preserve our bionic savior. Worship your maker, robots aren't secular, well observed, wires and circuitry infected, no need for a cure. I'm fighting off lions with dollhouse furniture, crucified the king for his crown, the kingdom howls, building bridges over clouds, time traveling to the present, machines keep you in the now.
The year's 2013 and somehow we don't see it. The machines build your memories and tell you not to believe it. Knit your knuckles into the interface, shooting televised thoughts into empty space. In less than 30 seconds your brain's heard worldwide, personified, bombarded by information in the age with nowhere to hide, pulling splinters out of an overwired mind, too wrapped up in our phones to see the world around us in decline.
Meaning wraps around itself, unraveling its claim as the frayed remnants drip down the drain, clinching onto the day, but first quenching my thirst from the humps of a camel. No skin off my teeth, just loss of enamel, jaded like the carnivorous calcium mouthpiece of an animal.
Well, I never had a choice, the decisions were all made for me, but the gravity of it all has a tendency of flooring me. When it comes to my addictions, I never roll the dice. I have a firm grip on giving in to every vice. My name's Eddie B and I blew all my money, and if I was Pooh Bear, cocaine would be my honey. I'm drowning Fox News and Latitudes and LSD and Quaaludes.
As 4 quadriplegics are taking self-shot nudes, selling it as art and not reading the reviews, and definitely not the instruction manual. Ingesting orders from the creators can be hard to handle. Trees brawl to the death, their skeletons thrown under the mantle. An overflow of emotion and flame as wax weeps down the candle.
Melting, molding, rebirth keeps our earth turning. Trading old world for new style and your soul for their gold. The world's built on deaths and paying off old debts. Battered and bartering in the graveyard, skeletons on guard. Barefoot we stand, slipping money into our ghost hand. And I'm cracking stem cells into skillets, making embryo omelets. Dividing my multiple sclerosis and increasing my hypothalamus. With every fetus I digest, never egg on my face, but after birth on my chest. We need a memory bank of seeds for future stomachs. Plant and harvest, let's not let pride starve us. Water something that grows instead of praying to the wishbones of a picked clean carcass. We're all blind in a windowless room arguing about who's seen farthest, whose mind's darkest. There's a hole in my chest that's throbbing, ripped out day-old stitches to see my heart rate dropping. I see the doctor in the mirror and he tells me get medicinal. My health is conditional. Sit back and blow down and put your mask on. Always smile and never frown. Fuck stress and keep your friends around. Roll up like a Cuban. When I say throw a quarter down, I didn't stutter. I'm not Reuben. Call it Bluntzilla, the bud's killer. Get high and keep the Skrilla, but I only move green, so I'm not a drug dealer. Combination, sick rhymes and dark forces. Remember, keep your head straight, and if you need to, change courses. Things behind you only get more absurd, so remember and repeat always forward.
Flowers flourish, weather wilts, war kills, graveyards turn to landfills. Before its creation, faith fails. Wolves growing gills, swimming as whales, going deeper than carpenter magician fairy tales. Loss of meaning, no sense, worthless. I'm taking it back to the top, too quick of a resurface. Under the sun, overinflated lungs, pulmonary embolism, blocked arteries, no symptom, no symbolism. Excuse me, I mean imagery, pictures without phrases, silence, life's many phases, waning, weighing in, rent to own, buy to win, selling your imagination to abstain starvation, watching the wind cry, touching the sky, not the earth. Loud shouts are not allowed. Someone please tell the screaming clouds. Message received, erupting with violence, showing their veins glowing with vibrance. Fear the frightened, list your sins, count the lies. Listen, you're diagnosed with swimmer's ear, cause that's what I'm spitting in. I'm a doctor with dark intentions, the opposite of heavy skin. My flesh is light as Robert Pattinson. I'm spitting fire like a llama lighter. Africa's on the run, getting more ebonies pregnant than Thomas Jefferson. The president renamed America. We're all living in despair. The bald eagle can't afford flight fare. Stationary, growing hair. It isn't 1904, the world's not fair. It's a new age, I'm becoming more hostile than a crocodile ridden with tapeworms who hasn't eaten in a fortnight, cutting you into bite-sized pieces with a fork and a knife. God is deaf, so stop wasting your breath. The only sign's ambiguous time after time. Meter and rhyme, grit and crime, lost and found, looking fine, misplaced my mind, dropped a name, picking up Obama's change, bills covered with stains. Fuck the wife, I want some strange, untamed, out of range, and game and rage, impregnate you with a bullet. Fuck a gun, cause I'm Manson's son. A voice is all I need. I'll clean your brain and have you do my dirty deeds. Plotting seeds, killing trees. It's 2013 and the world is steadily dying. We're just patiently waiting for the climate to naturally stop rising.
This is a present from a small, distant world, a token of our sounds, our science, our images, our music, our thoughts, and our feelings. We are attempting to survive our time so we may live into yours. We hope someday, having solved the problems we face, to join a community of galactic civilizations. This record represents our hope and our determination and our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe.
Yeah.